So our test diet was we took the simple sugars out, so all the sugar, and we replaced it with beef, so ground beef, on a calorie for calorie basis. So now we had the average human diet, then we had the average human diet with the one substitution. So we put that high quality protein source in, replacing the sugar. And then we fed it to them, we paired them.
And that high quality protein would have balanced the amino acids as well as reducing the high glycemic.
It would reduce the glycemic.
Yep.
So we paired them, siblings, they were all females. Okay, so we had sisters, and we fed them as a percentage of their body weight. So it was isocaloric per body weight. So if there was one that grew faster, we fed to the lowest common denominator. And they did. They separated out. So they got feed based on the consumption rate. So it was equivalent so that we didn't confound the data.
Yep.
And so we did this for 3 months. And we had to stop the diet for both groups, because the vitamin and minerals at this stage of development for pigs, they basically aged faster. They lost their hair. They got brittle bones. They, what else happened? They had pimples. So they had like prepubertal stuff. And the average American diet, they had more hair loss. They had more pimples. Both groups had mobility problems. But the diet that had the beef in it, they grew normally. So they look like normal, very muscular pigs. The ones on the human diet got old and fat, and they stopped developing muscle. Their muscles became insulin resistant, so there was no anabolic effect anymore. So 3 months we had to terminate the project just for the welfare of the pigs. So kind of the bottom line is the average American diet is inhumane for a pig to consume. Mm-hmm. So if you're feeding that to a developing kid, that's going to impact their complexion. It's going to impact their bone stability. And you look at things that make headlines, with these young athletes and things. So many times it's ACL. It's all these structural problems and things. So our research supports that. And it just drives home the importance of nutrition. And we can learn from the livestock industry. We knew that mineral profile was going to cause problems. We just didn't think it would happen that fast. And the pigs that had more muscle, they were so muscular that at that level, they would get hairline fractures in ribs because their muscles were too much for their bones. So it's that complex that we have to pay attention to this. And that project just highlighted so much that's wrong with the average American
somebody
diet.
Listening to this might think, well, that doesn't happen in 3 months of development with a human, but the difference would be the accelerating development pathway of mammals take, we're very, very long-lived mammals, and so our development cycle to be full size, is up to our teenage years. Right. Where everybody who has a dog, you're like at the maximum height at like 8 months, and you're, full weight at maybe a year and a half or something.
Yeah, we think of dog years. So these are like pig years.
So they've got a hormonal, they've got genetics, and they've got, and they're producing, growth hormones and other stuff at rates much, much higher. So you're going to be sort of accelerating that. So,
yes. Or not, because it's shut down.
Right.
In the
which is why maybe it shows up so fast, because they are running, they're revved up on their development cycle.
Yes.
But as a model, a pig is an excellent model for a lot of human, whether nutrition or health type stuff, as opposed to like a mouse model where it's that how fast can I don't know the number of when a mouse can go from being a pinky, I think that's the name of the baby mouse, to it can make pinkies. It's weeks to months. Pup.
Yeah.
Pup. I think called pinkies when you buy them to feed them to baby alligators, which probably have a name. But
something for you to edit.
But that development cycle is like a scaling factor or an accelerant to results.
Yes.
So I'm just adding that to somebody who might be naysaying, going, well, that can't be true because I ate that for the last 3 months and I didn't.
I get that a lot, yeah.